Hey guys, and welcome to my channel Time is But a Window. Today we're going to be reviewing one of my demos from a global game, and I'm going to tell you what's been going through my mind as I'm playing it. So let me start this off by telling you guys what's going on here. We decided to start this game by playing by spawn, which means that here I'm spawned closer towards long, so I'm going to be doubling up long with my teammate here. Now here a little bit later in the round, I decided to rotate and watch catwalk as my teammates are spotting people out in mid area and towards B. Really, this just gives the mid player a little less responsibility so he doesn't have to worry about so many angles. It may seem a little bit boring, but that's really all I had to do this round to win it, as my team was able to pick up all the kills. On the next round, I spawn towards B and make my way over towards the B site. I got a scout in hand, and I know that they've recently updated the jumping scout, so I'm going to actually test it out a little bit, because I actually haven't used a jumping scout yet since the last update. Now, eventually a guy does peek out, and I'm able to quickly pick him off and see if there's anyone else, but it doesn't seem like anyone else is going to be joining me over here at the B site, so I rotate back over towards middle. I, however, am caught off guard by a guy jumping off into CT spawn, and I'm able to take him down. This leaves me in a 1v1 situation, and the bomb is down in B tunnels, but I don't know if the bomb is actually there because no one had actually spotted it out. So I decide to flank around towards long to see if I can take it from the longer angle, since I do have that scout in hand, but meanwhile the terrorist goes over through B tunnels and makes his way over towards B. Meanwhile, I'm just thinking he's doing some sort of next level play, but it's really just because that bomb was down. Now in a completely different scenario, having a close range battle ahead of me, I decided to pull my 5.7 and take him down. The truth is, I didn't know how much health he had, so I didn't think the scout was going to kill him if I decided to use it anyways. Plus, since it was second round, I didn't expect him to have full armor. On the next round, I again have a B spawn, so I make my way over to spot the tunnel, and my teammate decides to push in. He actually tells me to flash deep for him, and I flash in front of him so that he can push in behind it. Once he has control of it, I make my way over to middle to double it up with my teammate. Again, I have a B spawn and I make my way over towards the B site to check it out with my AWP, but my teammate goes down in middle, so I need to rotate over and take control of it. So here I'm watching middle, and as I start to move my crosshair down, the guy peeks from up above. Now I just continue to hold double doors because that's really just my job, is to make sure they don't come out middle. Sadly, another one does drop down, and as I try to flick down to shoot him, I miss the shot and he takes me out. The B spawns seem to be hitting me hard, as I have another B spawn on the next round and make my way over to watch the tunnels. Now while there is a guy here at first, I can't really see him through the smoke and just taking spam shots and throwing nades, but eventually he does cross over to the left, and the tunnels are pretty much left clear from terrorists. Meanwhile, my entire team goes down and need to rotate over and try to retake it with the guy that plays middle, but it doesn't seem to work out as we get flanked from all directions. This sends us into our first eco round, where I decide to make my way over towards long with my team. Sadly, they molly us off and do some damage to us, and we're not able to capitalize upon the long push. Thinking they're going to go hit B, I decide to make my way over towards middle and assist in mid. That is until a Molotov comes in and blocks me from moving out, and I know I'm as good as dead because I have low health and I'm stuck in this corner. With some money in the bank, I'm able to afford again, and I make my way back over towards the B site with my AWP. That is until I am called to assist middle, and I rotate off to crossfire with my teammate. In hindsight, re-peeking probably wasn't the best course of action. The next round I get to change things up and play long with an AWP, since my spawn is now positioned for long. Though I decide to play super hyper aggressive, and it really does not pay off for me. As you can see, this guy just obliterates me. The next round we're back to another eco, and I have another long spawn, so I'm going to try to do another aggressive play with a 5.7. Little do I know, they still have an AWP and T spawn, and he peeks out and takes me down as I go after this guy I had dinked earlier. The next round we're forced to eco again, as we don't have enough money, but it doesn't really pay off for us. Then the next round I find myself back at B. This time I'm just holding it steady, just making sure no one takes the site. The next round I have a little bit of a screw up and go towards B, even though I was spawned for A, but my teammate goes down, which means I can just assume his position in middle. Having taken down my teammate, it seems that they decide to push out middle and get my teammate's gun, which means he tries to attack me with it, and I'm able to take him down with a 5.7. Then I'm still holding to the right side, and the next guy tries to catch me off guard, but I'm able to take him down as well. My teammates are able to take down the remaining players with the exception of one, and I decide maybe I'll go for a high risk play and chase him down with a 5.7, just so that I can steal the kill. On the next round, we purposely stack 3 at long, but they don't seem to come long, and my teammate who is playing middle actually seems to pick up almost all of them. On the next round, I'm spawned for long, and they rush it with flashbangs, and me and my teammate are able to take down 2 of them, but then I take this shot, and it seems to go right through him, or at least I think it does, but he ends up taking me down. Though it doesn't matter too much, as my teammate's able to get these 2 kills, one of them being through the smoke. Now I have another B spawn. I make my way towards the back of site, and they actually seem to try to take the B site this time. I throw a Molotov to try to block them off. Now once this smoke comes in, I decide to make my way over to the right side so that I can see through it in case anyone tries to peek out and push through the tunnel. And that leads us to the end of the first half. On the first round of the second half, I was told to make my way up catwalk, but they decided to push middle, and I get lucky on this first kill and decide to just start chasing them down. What can I say? Sometimes it's as if a magic aura surrounds you and you become untouchable, so you might as well exploit it. The next round we simply take catwalk, and there doesn't seem to be anyone playing site, so we just plant the bomb and hold it until it's time to run away, where I chase down one final kill. The next round, me and a teammate make our way over towards the B site, where a guy jumps up on the back platform and is able to take him down, but I'm able to trade him off with the scout. The victory is short-lived, however, as I push into the site and I'm deagled. This death potentially costs us the entire round. On the next round, however, my team needs to save, but I can afford to buy, and I decide to go for a high-risk play, telling them to follow me at long. The problem is that we get smoked off and we need to double back towards middle. There I'm able to get a pick in middle, and we make our way back towards long. My teammates are able to get another pick at long without either one of them dying, which puts us in a great situation in a 5v3. As my teammates work up, I stay at long and watch from platform towards site trying to pick this guy, but they're able to take him out for me. This allows me to move up and pick towards CT spawn. The last guy decides to come from catwalk. On the next round, my teammate dies watching upper B tunnels, and I'm worried that he's going to push down into lower, so I'm holding it from this position next to the doors in mid, but then I hear a guy pushing across mid and try to take him out through the smoke. It isn't long before we find ourselves in a 5v3 situation. I try to make something happen by jumping up on this box on cat and picking towards the site, but the guy catches me off guard. The next round things get a little bit confused and we do a bit of a mixed buy, but we end up coming with a plan to make a split out middle towards B. Though we won that, I'm not able to afford an AWP, and I'm going to try my luck with an AK-47, though I'm not the greatest rifler. Luckily for me, our team is off to a really good start, getting 2 kills right off the bat, leaving us in a 3v5, with them having a half eco. After getting that pick at long, my teammate calls that there is a guy in middle, and I can hear him firing his pistol. Puts us in a great situation in a 3v1, but the last guy is able to take me down, and then my teammates do something really weird. For some reason, instead of them going to go plant the bomb, they decided to both individually contest him in middle. This puts us on a save, and we rush the B site and are completely destroyed. The next eco doesn't go much better. Luckily my money is back to normal and I'm able to afford an AWP on the next round and able to take out the guy as he crosses mid. Though the victory is short-lived, as the next guy who jumps in the middle catches me off guard and is able to take me down as I miss the shot. Now up 15-10, we take it a little bit too aggressively and try to get this pick in middle, but he actually does a lot of damage to us, taking out almost all of us. Which only gets worse as I start to lose this aim duel to this AWP in middle and have to run for my life up towards upper B tunnels, only to get caught off guard by another guy. Puts us on another eco, but the good news is that we have a lot of rounds in our favor and we only need one more. Luckily for me, my teammate's able to buy me a deagle, and even though I have no armor, I decide to make my way over towards middle and see if I can get a mid pick when a guy pushes up from cat and I'm able to take him down, followed by the trade in middle. Now I know that there's an AWP down in middle, and I know there's a rifle that's easy to get on cat, but I don't have any interest in that rifle. I want that AWP. The sad thing is that someone is guarding it. So I come up with this clever idea to pretend that I'm running away and then come back and snatch it later in the round. Now equipped with an AWP, I tell my team that I want them to come long with me and that we're going to try to take the A site from long. So my teammate and I work towards long when a guy actually pushes out on us and I'm able to take him down. This leaves us in a 2v2 situation. Now this next kill is very crucial, and as such I tell my teammate to sit back as I try to peek this guy as quickly as I can and get the kill. Obviously I knew he would have an AWP since he was the one that was guarding the gun when I was trying to get it from mid. That leaves one guy left, and while I screwed up this chance by accidentally scoping and not being able to fire at him, I do get a second chance to take him out. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please like it and let me know what you think in the comments below.